You are live. So I'd say hello, everybody, but I don't see anybody yet. So I'll just sit here and yammer a little bit until people roll in here. I have no plans for tonight. All right. I don't have no plans here for tonight. So what I was just going to do is just open it up. Let's copy the link. I know I'm starting early, but that's okay. Hey, there's John Wilburn. Hi, John. I was going to call you today, but I got tangled up in some other things. Dart sport. I'll pin this to the top. So if you want to join me, you can. There's JB. The deplorable is here. Yeah. Mofo driver. Hello, Mofo driver. But anyway, John, I'm coming down to Tennessee again Thanksgiving Day, and I'll be going back home that Monday, I think, the following Monday. I'm going to see Dallas. I'm make a deal with him with some parts, and I'm going to take him that 8 3/4 rear. And I didn't know if he doesn't want the wheels and tires off it, and I didn't know if you could use them or not. So I was going to call you and talk to you about that. There's 2 hacks, not 2 racks, but 2 hacks. Anyway, I was going to give Dallas a call tomorrow just to check in on it, check up with him, and we'll go see him. He has some Buick parts that we're going to deal with, and so I get to go to Tennessee too. So I may do a live on the way down Thanksgiving Day. I don't know how many people show up. I won't have turkey till that night, so I shouldn't be sleepy. There's John. Add to stream. Hello, John.
Howdy. What wheels are we talking about here?
They're those. They have the H78 15s on it from that truck rear that I got. Remember we were talking about that?
Truck wheels.
Yeah.
Okay. What size are they?
I believe they're 15-inch. I think they're H78 15s on there. I didn't know if you could use them or not because I'll only end up junking them.
Yeah. You know? Oh, yeah. That fits the van, but I'm just wondering, is it what year truck's it out of?
It's out of 69.
Huh.
I mean, the tires, the one tire holds there for a little while. The other tire, I believe, holds there, but they're old and dry rotted. But the rims, I didn't know if you could use the rims or anything for your race car.
Well, that's a 4.5-inch built bolt pattern, should be on a 69 truck.
I can measure them tomorrow. Yeah. But I'll be driving right by your house again. But that's Thanksgiving Day, so
yeah.
It'll probably be in the afternoon again.
Well, if it works out, we can hit up Fatback again or something if you want to.
Oh yeah. We can do that. All right, so because I'll probably this week or next weekend I'm gonna load the rear up and I'll throw them tires in there, wheels and tires, and even if you don't take them, I can just bring them home and junk them.
Well, I mean, there's who wouldn't. So first of all, I collected wheels before I ever had a driver's license.
Okay.
I have hundreds of Chrysler wheels.
All right.
Mostly rallies and Magnum 500s and stuff like that.
Yeah. I could. I'll go find my little video I have of that rear.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
And then I'll put it up here and we'll play it.
Okay.
But anyway, unclogging a sink drain. Got to go.
That's always a wonderful job, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. The main thing is I'm getting a wheel for the trash truck. Yeah, I found JB a wheel today. Well, I found it a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't. The guy, I work second shift, he works first shift. I'm working on the weekend, he doesn't. So I finally had time today and I went and got it for him. Because I'll be going, because JB got me another engine too. Content. Let me see if I can go way back here. Anyway, maybe I'm in the wrong area here. Hold on. Yep, I am.
Hello, everyone. Windsor Outlaw Lars.
Oh, Lars is in the house. And Auto Salvage. Hello, Auto Salvage. Tim Windsor. Hello, Tim. I started a little early today. I had it set up for 6:30, but I think Jeff Two Hacks is going on at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock tonight. I forget, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and they're having a joint session over at Barrows. So him and cousin Mike are going to be on the live together. Oh, here's shorts here. Wait, yeah, there we go. Now we can cruise down through and find it quicker. Do. What else we got here? Oh, they're saying hi to each other. So how's everything going, John? All right?
It's going reasonably well. Today was the last nice day before the Ice Age.
Oh yeah. Well, we had a lot. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Go ahead.
Well, tomorrow and for the next week, we'll all just wish that week never happened.
Right.
I just hate cold, miserable weather like that. It's just winter's just something to survive. I don't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, let me see if I can share screen. Share screen. Oh, I just went the window. Okay, yeah, there's the window. All right, share that. Let's see what happens here. Okay, boom. There's the rear. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Uh-huh.
And there's the wheels.
Yeah, plain steel 15s. Yeah, cool. Absolutely. They're 4.5-inch pattern plain steel 15s.
Yeah, I couldn't see it there.
Uh-huh.
But I also have the shock mount. I also have the shock mounts for that too. I don't know if Dallas is going to use them or not, but
I'm sure he won't. He'd
But
have to do some brackets and such.
Right, but the springs were torched off, so I already junked those. Yeah. So
which it's a 69 model? Is it a 489 housing?
No, it's a 741 housing. It's the
Okay.
the non-desirable.
Well, those are good. They're 741 or 742.
741. They say the 742 and the 489s are the better ones. The 741s you can't really get gears for.
Bear in mind the 741 has the same size pinion as a 9-inch Ford.
Okay.
So even though it is the smallest of the three, it's not weak.
Yeah, and I never opened it up or anything. I know you said that, and even Dallas said he's going to change the ends on it anyway. And
yeah,
I noticed when I loosened the lug nuts the other day, that one wheel went in and out a little bit.
Well,
so that's probably just a wheel bearing.
Well, but you have a little bit of axle in play.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is a lot. I'd say 3/8 of an inch.
Ooh, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So I would say that's probably the bearing, right? Or the axle inside the bearing.
Yeah, because there's no C-clips on it. I mean, it has a flange that bolts on.
Right.
Which I prefer that design. And it's a tapered roller bearing. Yeah, that's cool. That'll be a good one. He'll have to narrow it, and he can
Yeah,
narrow it down and put some brackets on it, get the pinion where he wants it, and all that.
right. And like I said, the guy that I got off of was taking it to the junkyard the next day, a scrapyard. So I
Yeah,
thought,
truck
well,
housings with a 741. That's probably your cheapest point of entry for or something like that.
yeah, I think it was 57 and a quarter or something across the inside.
It doesn't matter if it's a truck; he's going to have to cut it down. But you know what this means? You know what this means? This means he's going to be calling me saying, "Hey, man, I want to do some 8 3/4 stuff." So,
JB's going to hang in, but he's doing business work. Put an Explorer rear end in the put an Explorer rear end in the buck. Well, you know what? I found a 10 bolt that will bolt right in. A guy at work does those the Generation One Camaros, 67 to 69, and
yeah,
he buys them, he fixes them up, paints them and stuff, and he sells them overseas. He gets a pile of money for them. So he took the 10 bolt out, and everything's new on it. It has disc brakes and calipers, and it's all painted up. Has that one of them aluminum covers on it with the bolts in it for the end caps. And it's a 10 bolt. I don't know what size though, but he wants $800 for it. And I'm like, hell, by the time I buy a rusty old junky one for 200 or 300, I'm gonna have 500 in it anyway.
yeah.
So I hate to spend that kind of money right now, but you know, when that stuff pops up, you have to be ready for it.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, he says it's an open rear. I'm surprised somebody put an open rear in a Camaro and have it all brand new, unless they took the posi unit out of it before they sold it. You know,
There are some people that care about nothing more than poor low speed vacuum. So in other words, just doesn't even have to have a big cam. It just has to sound like it has a big cam. They couldn't care less about anything else.
yeah.
Some people are like that.
See all the night. Hey, Barrows. But that's what I thought. I thought, well, that thing there will just bolt right in. There's no, like if I get an Explorer here, then I got to put, not shackles, but spring perches and stuff on it. Go through all that. And by the time I do that, I've seen cheap Explorer rears for $200-300, and then another $100 for the brackets, and then got to weld them on, and then drive shaft and all that stuff. I don't know.
JB says I can manipulate timing and make one sound crazy. Sure, I could take a couple rocker arms off, make one sound crazy too. I mean,
JB, I tried it out on UTG, but try these. What are they? Oh, is that like paddles or? That's Dean. Hello, Dean.
Auto Salvage is saying use your brackets.
Right.
You can. It's tougher.
Yeah, because you got, I don't even own a torch here. I mean,
The brackets are cheap.
yeah, they're like $92 for a set.
That's more than I thought. Like spring purchase are what, $25 for the pair new?
Yeah, I don't know, but well, that's a long way away. I want to make sure this engine and all is good and get that in there running, and then go to the back.
Yeah, blow it up first.
Yeah.
I mean, blow it up and get that content first, and let that pay for the new one.
Oh, there you go. I didn't think of it that way, John. Yeah, I can go out
Speaking
there
of
and
blowing stuff up, I was explaining
rabbit trenches.
to two hacks there how the how the drum blows up. And I using this picture. This is from a video, right?
Uh-huh.
And explaining what happens there. Basically, what happens, the best way I can describe it is that the rear ring is now being held because the car's not going anywhere. And instead of the output being the output shaft, the output is now the drum. And it's multiplying speed to it above the engine. It's overdriving the engine to the drum. And that's what blows it up.
Yeah, I seen that guy on Precision Transmission talk about that one time, and I don't know. Did he say it was like 32-1 or something like that? That thing spins.
No, it's not that much. It's 2.2.
Not that much. I know it was a lot though.
It's 2.2 to 1.
2.2-1.
If you look at that, I mean, it's one of these. If I ever do another power flow, I'll do it because I did it on this, but I never did get into the drum or anything.
Okay.
But it multiplies both planetaries. But instead of holding that carrier, that rear carrier, if I can even do this, I don't know if I can or not. Yeah. Instead of holding that carrier, it holds the ring, and that's all it needs to spin that drum out of control.
Gotcha.
When the sprag, this is when the sprag breaks.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, that one's dangerous. But blowing up a rear end isn't dangerous.
I've changed a few, but I've never blown up myself. I've busted an axle already in a locker one time.
Yeah.
That was in a wrecker I had. There's Rob's. Hello, Rob's.
Rob's Rods and Streetcars is here.
Yeah. Yeah, Dean says shackles, don't knock them till you've tried them. Yeah, it all depends on what kind of shackles you're doing there, Dean. There's Turbo Tom.
I was looking earlier today at Dust Devil Brian's progress on the Duster.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize he's got 273 rocker arms on that. Good little addition. Don't know much about that engine. Be curious to see how it does.
Auto Salvage says that 79 truck's ready for me. Okay.
Turbo Tom's got the snow. Where is that?
Well, Irish Outlaw had snow. James and James had snow.
James and James had snow. Ooh.
Yeah, they had like 3 or 4 inches on the Rusty Nova.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not much farther north than here.
Well, he's in Paducah, so I don't know where Irish Outlaw. He's up near Effingham or something, isn't he?
It was 65 degrees here.
Yeah, I had 63 at 5 o'clock this morning. And then
Now I'm curious.
Rob's got snow too. I guess Ohio got some snow. Two Hacks had snow. Barrows had snow.
Paducah, Kentucky it's about the same latitude as I'm on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see where they are in relation to Sykeston.
Yeah.
About an hour's drive east. So they're not enough farther north than me that they should be getting 4 inches of snow, I wouldn't think. But
yeah, but it came from the west. I was watching that storm.
it's going to be nasty here tomorrow.
Yeah, you can't see it now because it's dark out.
Rabbit Transit Garage, they're threatening snow in southeast Wisconsin. He'll be saying that in May.
Yeah. Yeah, he also said, Rabbit Transit also said Brian's engine sounded pretty good when Jed had it.
Yeah, I've never heard it. So that's.
Hey, the old man in the shop is here. He has 80 degrees. He's over there in North Carolina.
Yeah, what part of North Carolina is at 80?
Two Hacks had 3 to 5 inches today. Teen says yucky. That's cold. Cousin Mike made it in the house. Hi, Cousin Mike. 32 in Kansas, Buff says. Hey, Cousin Mike, Dean wants to know, how'd you get here? Tell him you right clicked or left clicked. White stuff can stay everywhere but here this year. Dang, right cold here tonight. Y'all keep that white stuff up there. You know, I was just telling my girlfriend yesterday that I believe we're going to have a heavy winter this year. And I just have that feeling. Lots of snow.
Oh, I dread it.
We haven't had that in a while. But I don't think we're going to have the sub-zero temperatures. It'll be down in the teens a lot, but I don't think it's going to be 10 below, 17 below. As long as you click right, you never go left.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people click the right turn signal and turn left right in front of a car.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet, but I was behind two, at least 3 people today that just did not use a turn signal at all.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to read their mind.
Well, when the light turns green, it does not mean go. It means see if it's clear.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, really.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
wrecks I saw a wreck happen in Bluefield, Virginia last week. Same way. I'm sitting at an intersection. I'm in the right lane. Then there's a center lane. Then there's a left lane that gets a green arrow. My light went green. Car beside me's light went green. And then the car that's sitting in the left turn lane got a green arrow, right? Mm-hmm. All 3 of us now have the right of way to execute or pull through the intersection, turn right or turn left or whatever, right? Car turns left on the green arrow. Car drives right into him. Now, no one's blaming the person who was correct here, which is the person who turned left on green. But I know that when my light turns green, I don't just take off. I want to make sure the person across from me got the memo. And I could watch that guy. He wasn't slowing down at all. So here she just casually starts turning left. This guy's just 35 miles an hour straight on through, never even touched the brake. Slammed into the right side of her car.
Oh, my.
So green means make sure it's clear to go.
The old Mississippi's drying up.
We were talking about this kind of thinking yesterday on the live. It's like when you pull the slide back on your pistol or whatever, you're not looking for brass, you're looking for an empty chamber. It's what you tell your brain it should be looking for so that it'll give you pause when it's not there. So you tell your brain that green means see if it's clear, not go. Because if green means go, by the time you realize it's not clear, it's too late.
Yeah, because yellow definitely means go faster.
Well, but you're gonna do what you're trained to do, whether it's necessarily the next best step or not.
Because Mike's using his lights already.
Using lights on what course? Yeah, it's 6:20 here. It's been dark for an hour here. Depends what where you are in the country. But Barrows says insurance will total any car for a scratch. That is exactly right. Because insurance is such a massive racket. It's like healthcare. You can't, I mean, everything's totaled.
Yeah, I often thought about I should get classic car insurance for my car, but I don't have a whole lot of money in it. So, but still, I mean, even if somebody totals it now, I'd probably be out $3,000. You know, so why not insure it for 5 anyway?
Insurance is something I never really have a lot of trust in. I mean, they have all these insurance companies have a massive legal team committed to finding ways to deny your claims.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Hold on.
to
Yeah.
me, I've never really cared for depending on a lot of insurance.
Right. I've experienced that. I had a 71 El Camino that got hit and run, and they wanted to give me $250 or something.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no. I said, replace the car. I said, you guys wrecked it, not me. I said, replace the car because they can't.
You can't
So
win.
I only paid 300 for it. So they ended up giving me $900, and I said, all right, that's good. And I kept the car.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of what insurance companies, I'm convinced they do this, not that they'd admit it. They're not actually looking at what's fair to you. They're looking at how much money it's worth for them to keep you from suing them and what that'll cost. They couldn't care less about whether or not you get your car, get it fixed, or anything.
Right.
The other thing is you can't help who hits you. And some people have just no insurance. As Travis can tell you, some people just run. Hello, Alan. Hello, Scarlett.
What's Dean say? The pleasurable,
Plausible deniability.
plausible. Oh, he put an E in there. Okay. The plausible deniability clause.
Well, they're going to deny they do that, but
They totaled the wife's car. I just need a big hammer and a bumper cover. Oh, I think I saw that body work. A little tappy tap.
they total everything for any reason now.
I know. I was just looking through that Copart, just poking around there today, and I'm like, man, look at some of these cars that are totaled, and there's really not much damage to them.
No. Well, if you look at how much money they cost to buy all these parts, a friend of mine just had this totaled 2 weeks ago. This Ford Flex. And I mean, seriously, we can't fix that. It still runs and drives and everything.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
just put a radiator and a hood on that and pull core support out a little bit and just drive it. No,
Yeah,
it's total. It's total.
Yeah, that's because they'll make more. They'll make more money on the junk parts than they will if they
If
fix
you
it.
got to buy all of that stuff brand new from the dealer, it'll be thousands and thousands and thousands. I can probably fix that for probably $500 and drive it for 10 more years. And the other driver was at fault. The other driver had Encompass insurance, which I'd never heard of.
Yeah, here's chain it to a tree.
Right. Usually the most expensive thing it does on a modern car like that is it cracks the seal on the condenser for air conditioning. And so you got to fix that, and you got to recharge the system and all of that.
Right. I mean, but that's just a procedure. That's all.
It is, but they total the whole thing over there.
Oh yeah, yeah. UP's in the
Unfinished
house.
project. You just missed a big date announcement for No Name National. No, I'm just kidding. He'd have a stroke if he actually did.
Yeah, first responder is here. Backwoods Custom Crap made it in. Sorry, can't hang tonight. I'll watch tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're just yakking tonight. Once we get a date and we get a list, we'll start looking at some channels. There's first responders link. The old man in the shop needs an upper control arm cross bolt.
That actually,
That's a job for cousin Mike.
no, that's actually a parts store thing, I think, believe it or not, because I think that's how you set the camber on those.
Yeah, don't they have? You know what?
Camber,
When I worked at the tire shop, our front end section used to buy stuff like that. I forget the name of the company, but you might be able to check at a front end shop and get one of them. You might pay a little bit more money, but you'll get one.
yeah, but I mean, usually if those are camber bolts, you get them in a kit parts store, and it's not even expensive.
There's the old man's link. And
Says they're
first responders.
discontinued.
Oh, he says they're discontinued. Okay.
You might get lucky in the junkyard with those and find one that's not seized up with rust.
Right, or a front end shop.
Yeah, maybe.
Private Transit Garage link.
I'd hit the yards, take a propane torch, see what you can do.
Yeah, I was just looking. My MAP gas cylinder ran out, and then I see they have a different torch for a MAP gas. I never knew that. Yeah, I was using my propane torch.
I've known
It
people done
worked.
that forever, and I don't know what the problem is with it, but
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a difference or not.
I don't know. It's kind of like the difference between 5.56 and 2.23 ammo. There's a difference, and I know we can geek out about what it is. I know what it is, but I'll tell you what, I've seen each running the other for so long, I'm convinced it really doesn't make any difference.
There's Backwoods link. He says they won't do that. Body shops will just pull it into position. eBay don't even have any bolts for them. How about that? Smackies. Hello, Smackies.
What kind of control arm? Is you talking about like a camber bolt for the upper arm, right?
Yeah. There should be two of them up there.
3.
He said Moog will make some, but I may have to go that way.
Now he's got me curious to what these look like.
Okay, propane is too open, and the nap torch concentrates the heat for you. Okay, so that's the difference. The tip, I guess.
Yep.
And Auto Salvage says we don't have body shops no more. Just send them to Auto Salvage. Oh, he says the crossbar. What do you mean? I don't know what he means by the crossbar.
You're talking on the upper control arm, right? Where you adjust the camber?
Buff, did you like that? Just the tip.
I'm kind of looking to see if this exists.
The hinder's going the other way. Okay. Well, thanks, Barrows.
Is it two-wheel drive? Huh.
He says everybody sells them, but no one has them. The one that goes into the bushing.
If it's aligned with shims, it's even better. Then you don't have a camber cam to worry about.
First responder says just put a smaller bolt in, but again, no body shop will do that.
Yeah. Well, they just run up an impossible price and total car. Cars are disposable. Look, it's like televisions. How many televisions is anybody going to service? They're going to use it till it goes put, and they're going to get another television. And cars are the same way now.
Right, and I haven't seen many TV repair shops anymore.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
As a matter of fact, the last time I was going to well, not the last time, time before I went and bought a TV. I was going to get one of the cheaper ones, but it was so heavy and I had to go up to the third floor. And I'm like, screw that. I spent the extra $60 and bought an LED one. It was
There
only
used to
like
be
16 pounds compared to 60.
there used to be a guy in Bluefield who had in his basement a frame machine, and he had the posts and chains and everything to line a frame. And he would do work on the side for the dealerships. They would send him the complex, time consuming stuff. And he did one for me one time. But he said, as a challenge, he bought a Bronco 2 that had been hit by a train. He said the thing had been hit by a train and it was crushed so bad that a wheel from one side was touching a wheel from the other.
Wow.
And he said, I just wanted to see if I could make that drive again. And he did. And he drove it for a few years. Just straightened and straightened and straightened. And
that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I don't really, I mean, when you're done, you get what, an 80s Bronco 2, but I guess everybody's got the challenge they want.
Yeah, and those weren't, those were, I always call those vehicles big lighter cars, because once you're done with them, you get rid of them and get another one.
Yeah. They are computer. They are computer. They got a board in them and everything. Does the YouTube TV and all that.
Yeah, my that last one I bought for the kitchen is has the Roku and everything in it.
Yeah.
There's Rob's link. Dizzy Izzy. Good evening, Dizzy Izzy.
I thought I saw Dizzy slide in.
What's Cousin Mike say? Barrows and I both have frame straighteners. Would that be the hot wrench? What was that guy's name? His channel, Smoke Wrench or something last night.
No Wrench Garage, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Colleen is watching us on Roku now. Colleen, you should jump in here. The link is pinned.
Yeah, it's pinned to the top. It's an
Watch
open mic.
yourself on your Roku.
I'm just trying to up my watch hours and keep this spot open. So once we get no names starting up again and get some channels that need help, we'll jump in and help them out.
Yeah, I'm kind of taking it easy on lives too till things are going to heat up again.
Well, I mean, I went through all the other channels that we never looked at.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, let's give that a break for a little bit.
Sure.
And then just do some yakking.
I can't believe how little off season the public seems to want. It's pretty amazing. More than I thought. But, oh well.
There's Auto Salvage Outlaws link.
Dean Steen says, Colleen, unlike me, you don't need to shave. You don't think that deters me any, do you, Dan?
Well, that's how I got this, because I'm lazy.
I hate razors, shaving with a razor. It's just the worst thing ever.
Well, Colleen said there's no camera on the Roku. Hey, there's Bubba Ayers. Hello, Bubba. I wonder if Lester's bothering him. Lester. There's John Wilburn's link.
Thank you. Unfinished project. Dark Sport.
Yeah, make sure you're hooked up with John Wilburn's link there. And notifications too. You don't want to miss any of that. Are you going to plan to do any of the workshops again?
Yeah, I'd imagine that'll be a thing. Yeah.
Are you just going to feel it out and see how people are doing?
I would say we'll do it again because we're going to have a new crop. And
right.
There's a lot of people that it's like everything else. The people who aren't there are the ones who need to be there. I mean,
right.
So, but they served their purpose and they helped some people. And the thing is though, is the kind of conversations that I would have with Blake and Buzz offline would be stuff like this. They're like, wow, check out that short, man. A different title or different thumbnail, that get 100 subs. And we know it. We can see it. It's like, yeah, but that guy or whoever it is, just randomly, yeah, that guy, if he'd been in the content creator workshop, he'd be getting a whole lot more out of that video he just put out. Right?
Yes.
We'll look at it. It's like, man, look at that. Does not have the make and model of car in the title. YouTube has no idea what to do with that title.
Yeah, I sort of experimented with that, and it definitely makes a difference.
Oh, it makes all the difference. And we just saw a lot of that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have known any of that stuff if I wouldn't have signed up for No Name Nationals. There was a whole lot of stuff that I didn't know about, especially descriptions and title and thumbnails. The thumbnails really help a lot.
The title gets it to people. The thumbnail gets them to click.
Right. And I'm not real good at the thumbnails, but I keep trying, and the more you do it, the better you get with it.
Well, it's just like there are some things that I'll tell you what inspired the entire content creator workshop thing altogether. What told me there was a need for it. When Big Mike's Hoopty Barn makes a video and it has fire in it from a big fiery mess under the car trying to start it, and that doesn't make it in the thumbnail, I'm like, okay, all right, these guys are missing opportunities here. We've got to do something about this.
Yeah, because that's when you started that. I remember watching that video and jabbing them a little bit. Don't put too much fuel in there. You know how you are with fire. He tried to repeat that too, and he couldn't get it to do it again.
I remember this little shop that my friends have in Bluefield. It's on this big intersection, and they have all kinds of crazy characters come in there, broken down vehicles, the people they don't know, cruise into the lot and all this stuff all the time. This guy comes in there in a late 80s, early 90s F-150, and it decides to stop running right in front of the shop, which is like a weekly occurrence there for some reason. I go out there and he raises the hood. This guy, you should have seen him. Truck has throttle body EFI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's out there just pumping that gas pedal trying to start it. I don't say anything.
Yeah, how about that? I had a friend of mine call me one time. He says this truck will start, but you can't pull out with it. I'm like, what do you mean it'll start, but you can't pull out? I get there, and that's it. It'll start, it'll idle. He goes to give it gas, pull out, it dies right out. I'm like, what's going on here? And I don't have no tools with me, so it was a Dodge 318, it's 96 or something like that, fuel injected. So I get out there I think I picked the stick up off the ground and I pushed in the Schrader valve for the fuel pressure, right? And it went, psh, just air came out. So it was running on gas fumes.
Okay.
I said, you need gas. He says, well, it says quarter tank. I said, well, then it's wrong. I said, because you're out of gas, dude.
What did you push that Schrader valve in with?
I think it was a stick, like a stick I found under this.
Okay. So here's my story about that. When I went to community college, there was a professor there that used to be a Ford dealership mechanic at Tyson's Corner Ford up in Northern Virginia.
Uh-huh.
He said somebody brought in a Bronco, and he said it was like it was the body style right before the OJ Bronco, but he said it was sort of like that. And he was driving it around for days trying to find this intermittent problem where the engine would just stop running.
Uh-huh.
So one day he's out cruising around at lunchtime driving this thing, trying to replicate the problem, and the engine just dies, and he coasts into a parking garage because it's right there. He coasts into the parking garage. He finds a spot, pulls into it. He goes to check the fuel pressure. He takes a pencil, like a number 2 pencil out of his pocket, sticks it in the Schrader valve, and the tip breaks off.
Oh.
Well, the key was on, and the thing was getting fuel pressure. So what happens is hot engine, he jammed the Schrader valve open, and gas went everywhere, all over, just pumping out, and it caused a big fire. burnt the Bronco down. It caused the fire alarm to trip. They evacuated the parking garage.
Oh my! I don't know anything about that one, Alan. It won't change the thumbnail on his shorts. I usually don't have any problems there.
James and James in the house.
What's up, Brian?
You had 4 inches of snow on the Nova this morning?
There's Dr. Art. Hello, Doc. James is good. Dean is good with the keyboard. You can get James squared on there.
Yeah. Control Shift equals will give you superscript like that.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm. You should be able to James 2 highlight it, Control Shift equal.
Yuck to snow. He says,
Well,
yes, it was definitely unexpected. They said light frosting. Well, he just put a little short out.
I remember an inch of snow in Las Vegas a few years ago. That was different. Snow on palm trees.
Yeah, that would be different. Let me see if I can find it. I'll show it to you. See all. Okay, that's why. Where are we at here?
Look, where did you find that unusual American flag variant you have there, sir?
Oh, this.
Yes.
That's just a shawl.
Yeah.
Or like a scarf or something. And I just use that to close the closet door or cover the closet door. And then I got these lights because I wanted to have enough light on me. And then here I have enough light on the screen. Yeah, exactly. I have these things. Little square things. So yeah. I thought, well, they come with different colors. I said, well, I'm going to put red up there and see how the red looks. And that's how I ended up with that.
Most of them have 3 red and 3 white stripes under the Union. Yours has all 13. It's like they've reconfigured the flag.
Oh, well, it's just like I don't think there's anything on the back side. Well, you can see that.
No, there is. They've inverted the colors.
Yes.
Look at that.
It's like a scarf is what it is. And I mean,
secret orange paper on the wall. It's not secret.
Yeah, it's not secret.
Not secret.
You got to keep, everybody used to not to look at that. Now that's the first thing they look at, John.
I'm telling you.
As soon as they see you, they look for the number. That's a change, right?
I actually had thought about it one time going to a more modern clock, but then I'm like, nah, I'm not a digital kind of guy, so I'll keep it analog.
Yeah, I have regular analog clocks out in my garage, and then everything's digital in here. But, and then my car has an analog clock in it too, which I look at that more than I look at the digital. Once I publish them to public, I can't change them either. If I load them up as private, I can. Once I click to it, public, it can't. Oh, okay. Manage videos in my home page, and it's wrong.
Dean Stevenson knows that seeing with a capital S is the most important gift. I think it's better to have vision than to have sight.
I'm trying to find the Rusty Nova with the snow on it.
30 degrees tonight in Nashville. Yeah, we're all going to get hit with that baseball bat from Mother Nature. It's just different times, right?
Hey, can you believe that?
Kids today can't read an analog clock. You're right, they can't.
Oh yeah, that too. But it looks like I'm not subscribed to James and James again, or not again. But yeah. Huh. Well, that's not fair.
Oh, you know what? I'll mention it to you too. This is especially important for anybody who does a lot of lives. Go in every now and then and look in your community settings to see if there's any people blocked who aren't supposed to be. Because it's really easy to accidentally block somebody. And when you're on StreamYard, you'll still see them. So see, Don English was blocked on my channel for a while, and I'm sure it was an accident that one of the mods, tried to snipe some spam, and he just happened to be next to it and got him. But because I always watch on StreamYard instead of YouTube, I couldn't tell that he was blocked. Then one day I was in my community settings. I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you were blocked, Don. So check it every now and then. You never know when you'll have a friendly that's in there. It's not supposed to be.
Well, it says
I accidentally got blocked from Uncle Tony because of that.
I had to convince Kathy that you should be unblocked.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, well, seriously, but the thing is, how many other people are in their blocked file? Because mods,
Yeah.
I gotta block as fast as I can. But who cares about accuracy? Let's block as fast as we can. That stuff happens. I don't worry about diving on the hand grenade of an offensive comment as fast as I possibly can. I worry about getting it stopped and paused so that I get it right. Because I would much rather somebody read an offensive word for 5 more seconds than block Barrows for who knows how many months. To me, that's, the balance of equities absolutely is to get it right instead of get it fast.
There it is.
I took your advice on that. When I'm modding for other people, I'll scroll up on the chat.
Yes.
Pauses it.
To freeze it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you don't run the risk of it. See, it's not too hard to do when you don't have 15, 20, 30 people watching, but when you've got 300 and 400 watching, it is really easy to click the wrong username.
Here, I'm going to show you James and James, snow day.
Oh, look at that. Ew. Ew.
Looks like home.
I thought,
yeah,
man,
it happens. There's a lot of people. I have no idea how many people might be accidentally blocked because I don't know if they check unless people email them and ask. But it can happen. I go in and check mine every once in a while. Once I found Dawn in there, I realized how easy it is to do. And there's nothing that tells you. So you go in your studio, then you have a tab, the settings, and then it'll have community, permissions, community, and this kind of stuff. Click on community, and it'll show you who all's blocked. I mean, the only things I have blocked are these bot troll accounts. I actually don't have any people blocked. Like even people who are trolls are not blocked.
Yeah, all blocked words, blocked links. I have the hidden users, the girls and sex find and all that. But
problem with that is they have a whole bunch of different usernames, and that's a never ending. I got another trick that I do with modding. I won't tell publicly on here, but it's a neat trick. But if it gets out how I do it, a lot of people will just start working around it just to do it.
Well, hello, Barrows. I didn't get to say hi to you.
Hey, Buck.
Howdy, Mr. B.
One-eyed cat's going to fire up the 441 last time before he pulls it out. I wonder if it sounds like that Rusty Nova. all 5 barrels.
Yeah, famous or infamous, one of the two.
I think people greeting each other in the chat like they do was not as much of a thing until I would spend the first 3, 4, 5 minutes of every live doing that. I mean, because you think about it, that's the reason we do these is for the chat, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If I wanted to just call up and heckle you and Barrows, I wouldn't have to go on StreamYard to do that.
No, you could just make it short.
I could do that via short or FaceTime or something, right?
I just did one for JB today.
No, but it's important because I watch a lot of these streams, and it's not really anybody in our groups, but I watch a lot of them where the host of the stream completely ignore the chat.
Yeah,
I
I've seen that
I
a few
don't
times.
I don't have any delusions that the chat is there to just see us yak amongst each other. I mean, they're here to converse with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not like the Rogan podcast or something. This is an opportunity to converse with them. So I really try to engage the chat the whole time as much as I possibly can.
Right, and then when you said that one time about I always try to read the comments because if somebody's driving down the road, because I drive down the road and I listen to you guys, and then
that's exactly right. Isn't it easier when people read the comments?
Yeah.
Because if you just answer it and they don't see what you put on the screen, so that's a big help. But
Don wants to do a trans fluid down the carb trick, smoke out the neighborhood. Should make a good video. Yeah, you might get some haters for that.
We typically average 750 to 1,000 chat messages per hour.
Wow.
I could not imagine ignoring 750 to 1,000 chat messages per hour. To me, that's just that would be just terrible.
When you get like 60 or 70, 50, 60 people, it does fly by a lot. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I always try to participate in the chat too, but sometimes I miss it. And I always say, you know, if I miss your message, put it back up there.
Well, it's interesting. I was watching a live stream that had about 1,200 people in it last week. And I noticed the chats without slow mode, the chats went slower than they do on mine. And that's, 1,100 people versus 100, right? So let's say 100, 110, 120, right? So literally 10 times more people than the viewership than I get. I have a tenth of the viewership, but I get more comments. That's the difference in whether or not you engage the chat or whether you ignore it. And this guy, this channel, it's not in our group. It's not an automotive channel, but he must just regularly just go live for the sake of going live and not ever engage a chat. So they don't ever have any expectation that he's reading their stuff anyway. So they're just putting bumper sticker type comments over there. But if I had to guess, looking at the speed his chat going by, even with 1,200 concurrent watchers, he probably was I would say fewer than 500 chat messages an hour. And practically none of them addressed to him because they know he doesn't read them. And again, it's no one in our community that has nothing to do with cars. But to me, that's a sign that maybe there's no point even going live. You could do that pre-recorded. We could do StreamYard stuff off of YouTube and post it later for all that matter. Right?
Right.
But I mean, it's just
the whole point of a live is the engagement.
Exactly. That's what I think.
Looks like the smoke wrench guy is a Mopar dude. I just subscribed to him. There's his link is up there.
Anyway, sorry to get on a tangent about engaging with the chat, but it's just an observation.
Okay. Buff doing his first start and having people read the comments to help get it going was teamwork at its finest. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just very important.
And a great strategy too, because that's more engagement, that's audience engagement to a T.
When I have a new guest, when I book a new guest on my lives, I tell them before we even go live, I said, well, there's at least 2 things we do different on this live than a lot of them. One, I'll spend a few minutes. I mean, and if I need to spend 5 minutes, I will, to try to greet everybody that I can at the beginning who's there at the beginning, right? If they cared enough to mark it on their calendar and be there before the live started or get there as soon as they got a notification, the least I can do is try to say hello and thank them for being there, right? That's
Right.
one. And the other is that I like to constantly engage the chat and try to get, I won't get the crazy questions. I mean, like, we all get these questions like, the moon is made of green cheese type of stuff, right? But there's plenty of good questions to highlight for the guests. So I'll tell the guests, I'm not ignoring you, but I am scanning for good questions for you that you may want to answer, because I like to engage the chat. And what they find is that it makes the time go by really quickly.
Looks like One-Eyed Cat broke 100.
Yes, I saw that today. I saw that. I saw today Don had 104. I was watching his
Cool.
his video. He had the right front wheel off. I saw that.
Cool.
I wondered
Good
if he
job,
had
Don.
Yep.
I think all you do is a great job in your lives and enjoy them. Well, thank you, Terry.
Yeah. Thank you.
They are a little confusing to get the hang of at first. The delay from StreamYard to YouTube, that'll get you when you first try these.
Yeah, I usually just keep the YouTube down there in case I have to go in there and go to somebody's channel or something. But that's all I have a screen up here, and then I have my laptop down here. So I look at the screen, and I don't even look at that, because if you look at this, the comment comes right up, and then it don't show up there for a while.
So depending on what I'm doing, I'll keep the YouTube open, and sometimes I'll keep different browser tabs if there's other links I need to pop up. But definitely the best way to do it, if you can, and I don't know anybody who does this, I've done it once or twice, is when you have 2 monitors. If you got that setup going and you have an expanded or extended desktop, so you can have 2 different. So one of them I can have up with the comments real time in StreamYard, and the other one lets me work without minimizing over here. Because normally what I do is I kind of know what the windows are doing, right? So I just go ahead and work looking straight ahead, and people don't even know I'm doing it. But what it lets me do is it lets me go over and grab a link or whatever. But if I look like I'm lost for a minute, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I didn't think about doing that. I could just, instead of
right, because they don't know you can't see. Just because you can't see yourself on the screen and you can't see the chat while you go to another tab, that doesn't mean that they can still see you. So the only thing that gives it away what you're looking at is yourself.
I thought you were trying to find star 69 on that phone.
Yeah. Yep. Wow, is that even a thing anymore? Can you still do that?
I don't know. I think caller ID did away with that.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim Windsor.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you're on this side, the chat will come and it'll go and it'll skip. So sometimes we don't mean to miss you.
Right. Okay, there we go.
Don broke 100 twice. Don, are you going to do the same thing Barrows did and get stuck at 497 for a year and a half like he did? I remember that.
Yeah, that was funny that night that I was at 492 or 487. And you emailed me and said, hey, let's do a live and push you over. And I was like, cool, we'll do it tomorrow night. And I woke up and it was 420.
Well, I think you had to run your 500th lap about 4 or 5 times, but you got it.
And that stuff happens. But they do gradually give them back. It took a long time, but they slowly come back. I think it's YouTube
Uh-oh.
making sure they're real accounts.
We got a deplorable in the house.
Oh no, it's
The
JB.
deplorable is here, man. Hey guys, took a few minutes away from the bookwork, just jump in here. I can't stay long, but I would like to go in here and say thanks, Buck, for finding that rim. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
looks
find.
pretty good.
Yeah, I can't find them things anywhere around here.
What
Well,
kind of rim is it?
It's I'll show you.
It's just a
I show 'em
15.
JP.
It's just a 15-inch standard S10 rim.
Yeah.
Barrows, glad to see you.
And it's in
It's
a
just a-
15?
It's just a rally wheel, yeah.
Yeah,
That's Chevy rally wheel off like a Monte Carlo or something.
Yeah.
You know.
I've got lots of S10 ones, but they're all 14s.
yeah. See,
Well, hey.
that's what I'm running into. But I
Let
want
me-
15s.
Well,
Let
but
me
the
add this to
S10
the
is a
stream
4
here.
3/4 bolt pattern, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the wrecking yard. As you can see here, I got a wheel for the
Oh, there it is.
truck. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not in the wrecking yard. I'm in Buck's garage. And I'm Buck. I was playing JB. Anyway, JB, I got your wheel. Right here.
There it is. That's one of the wheels.
Yeah, I recognize that.
They
Yeah.
actually look pretty good with the beauty rings and everything.
Yeah. I mean, if you dress them up, that's fine, but it's a trash truck. We're just going to use the rims. Be done with it, right? Leave it trashy looking.
Did you decide to paint that engine?
I'm still leaning
Yellow.
towards it, man. I'm still leaning towards it. I mean,
Okay.
not nothing crazy, but I mean, a Chevy orange or something. Just I can't put this thing back down in there and it not be looking nice, right?
You should paint it pink with one yellow valve cover.
No, I
Just-
can't do that.
Just to irritate people endlessly.
I can't do that because
Ah,
first responder done painted his engine pink.
Yeah, this is pink. Yep. Yeah, I saw that today.
there was a guy who ordered a transmission with a forward manual valve body and coat painted it pink.
Yeah, I watched your live, man. I'm sorry I missed it last night. I was wore out and I just went to bed early.
No, just hang out if you can or if you want to. Huh?
But yeah, I'm really excited about this little blower on this thing.
That's
I have-
cool.
I have had this thing sitting around forever and then
Forever and a
Well,
day.
do it right. let's go.
Now's the time.
Exactly. I got something for Buck next year. That's right,
Uh-oh.
Buck. That's right, Buck.
So are we gonna see a supercharged V6 versus a naturally aspirated 455?
I think so.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
And if I do it right, and I get it all together, it'll be a race for the centuries. Everybody needs to have their camera out for that one.
You'll have to get one of Nivlak's t-shirts that says 6 is greater than 8.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Here, Scarlett says paint it Granny Smith apple green.
See, thought about that too. I think I'm going this week. I mean, tomorrow I want to go to Ace or Central Tractor and see what kind of paint they got, and that's what I'm going with. Let's
There you
pick a
go.
color, get it done.
You gonna do the paintbrush or spray paint?
Paintbrush.
Okay.
If I can get it in the corners. But yeah, I can't wait for this next one, man. I'm telling you. This last one, man, I just brought what I had. But this little engine right here is going to be, we'll see. We'll see. I'm either going to oil the track down or I'm going to win something.
Well, first responder, he only needed one wheel. And that's what that was the hardest thing to do is find one. I found 3 sets that where they wanted, $100, $200, $300 for a set of 4 with the rings and center caps, but he only wanted one wheel. So I happened to find this one, and for $20, and I thought, well, I'll go get it. It's worth $20.
Exactly. Because it's going to cost you about $500 to get your engine out of here.
No problem, JB. After I leave, I'll send you a check.
Yeah, right. Oh, crap. Y'all got that right. So what else is going on in the YouTube world besides all the normal bull crap?
I don't know. I've been busy at work the last couple of days, and I got to get on the live a little bit last night, and then get off, and then I had to come home and go right to sleep. So 10-1.
Yeah, that's the odds you're going to beat JB with that blower.
10-1.
10-1.
Wow, I just looked it up. That 2.8 only weighs 350 pounds, but that 455 is a flat 600.
Yeah.
Boy, you got a lot of weight on him.
And I still got to take the bunk seats out of this thing, the inner fenders, and the bed off the back of it, lighting stuff up. I'll be light as crap with that little 2.8 with that blower on it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that blower is an instant red light.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
I'll take my chances.
But you won't be waving at me this time going by. See you.
Okay. It'd be the other way around.
Oh. But it was a good time, man. I wouldn't have passed that up for nothing, and I won't pass this one up.
Right.
We'll have a good time again. I think everybody's going to bring a little more than they brought this year. That's what it seems like the common theme is.
Now, I have been watching like a few people. What is it? Mohawk 62. He's wanting to get there. There's another guy I've been watching. He's wanting to get there. There's going to be a bunch of people just sitting in the wings trying to get there because this next one's going to be twice as big.
I think so.
Yeah, and there's going to be people.
Yep.
So Buff said Dalton shared that Fireball video of the other night, and it's YouTube gold.
I'm going to guess M&M's 8 1/4 is 276 gears and open. That's going to be my guess.
Well, Unfinished don't have a guess. He just has a question or 2 questions. Talked with Mohawk for quite a while. Good guy.
All right, guys. I got to get back here on this book work or the state of Tennessee.
10-1.
Business license away if I don't get this done.
10-1 odds the Buck can beat JB with the blower.
10-1. All right. I got $500 on it.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh,
I got $5.
Well, 500 to 50 would work out if it's the other way around.
yeah. But I do have to go, man. I got to get in here and make the state of Tennessee leave me alone.
Okay.
Understood.
Y'all have a great night. I just want to jump in and thank Buck for buying that rim for me. And
Oh, no problem.
I got to get back to work. We'll see y'all in some more lives, right?
Later, man.
Hey, JB. Thanks for stopping by. See you soon.
Now, if I can figure, oh, I got to punch this button.
Yeah, that one or that one. I wonder
Unfinished
how many
project is
ponies he's going to pull out of that 2.8. That's interesting.
it's Mohawk 62. There it is. I can put it up there if you want.
So it's a 242 open.
242 cubic inch.
Probably a 242 gear.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about the rear. Okay. Yeah, because this is a 173 is the 2.8, I think. We were talking about that the other night. JB, the pencil pusher. Old man says probably 300 horsepower in the 2.8.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bet you.
Yeah.
It'll
That's
do all
probably
right.
all I'll have.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. You got a lot
Those
more
little
weight.
S10s are light.
Yeah.
Are you planning on putting any converter in it, or?
So me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Dallas and the professor and see what I need.
Mike Iben, Top Line Converter, makes converters too.
Who?
Mike Iben. Sometimes you'll see him in my chat.
Okay.
He works Top Line Converter. Been there forever. He made Bigfoots and Mopar's converter. He made just Mopar Joe's converter. He
Okay.
made Dodge Whisper's converter, and he's going to make mine. He's going to do the one for the Dart Sport.
What was his name again? Mike?
Mike Iben. EIBEN. Top Line Converter.
EIBI. Okay.
I call him the Torque Converter Whisperer.
Yeah, I don't need nothing crazy because I want to drive it on the street and.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he can make not crazy and he can make crazy.
Right. So those guys know what they're doing. I don't.
Yeah. Right.
So I'll tell them what I want to do and ship it. And we're going to go with a quadrijet carburetor and get Dallas to help me with that.
He sent me pictures of working on this. How's that for a torque converter?
Oh, wow. That's neat looking.
That's a Neil Chance billet aluminum bolt together converter.
Bolt. I was going to say it looks like a chain all the way around the outside. Or bolts.
It's all bolted together, and it's all CNC machined.
Wow.
That converter cost about $6,000.
Yeah. Bubba says I need to get mine finished. Time is marching by. Dart Sport unconvertible. First responder says I'm going to say to 373. I believe that 2.8 will be rated at 280 after the blower.
Well, maybe.
Wow.
No.
My wife just sent me this. Her rechargeable earbuds that she wears.
Mm-hmm.
They almost lit her hotel room on fire.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
She had them on the charger. It was a lithium charger burn up.
Wow.
Oh,
Bet you can tune it on the fly, sort of. Repurpose Rolls-Royce turbine parts, maybe. Unfinished project says it looks like a fancy cake plate.
But he does some high-end stuff and been doing it for 20 some years and good at what he does. So
Actually wasn't in them. So look at what them lithium batteries did to that. What do you think it's going to do with one of them cars? Or
that's just
they're
what was
already
going through
showing
my
that
head.
stuff. You know?
my entire build is a community effort. John Cope has already built the valve body. I'm going up there pretty soon. He and I are doing the transmission together just for fun.
Right.
So we're going to do a really cool 999 build for that. I got Andy Wood's carburetors on it. DV's been itching to do something with the heads. We're going to do something with the heads. And going to make on the order of probably 560, 70 horsepower from a 340, something like that. The only thing I won't have anybody collaborating with anything on is the rear axle. So anyway, it's kind of fun just to do stuff with people in the community. Oh, and Joe, we're talking about painting it.
Okay.
Joe's already said he'd be down for painting it. So it's going to make a tour here once I get done with the house. It's going to be interesting. But Ivan will do the converter. So we'll go, and I'm going to film that getting done in person. Scarlett's asking if anybody has any experience with the FBO distributor. No, but I'll tell you who has a bunch of it, and that's just Mopar Joe. He is a dealer for Dawn over at FBO, and Joe can tell you some information you're going to want to know if you have a 400 big block and you want to run one of those. So Scarlett, get a hold of Just Mopar Joe, justmoparjoe@gmail.com, I believe. I'll double check that. I think that's his YouTube email address.
That's the way 340 should be, John.
Right.
No name next year, John?
What is that question mark? Is there going to be one? Maybe.
John
Mouse. That's the, you know what? I couldn't think who renamed that channel from.
That's Scarlett, the four-eyed Cuda. Yep.
Yeah, get a hold of Joe about those distributors. A 9-inch with a center. I'm keeping this all Mopar. As much as I greatly appreciate that, I'm going Mopar. I just haven't collaborated with anybody. I've got it's a Date 3/4 in it now. I want to keep it Mopar engine, transmission, and rear. But man, I think that's really cool. I appreciate it, but I'll let you pay that forward.
So Scarlett says he does have his address and he did talk to Joe before. So that's a good thing.
I should be able to get somewhere on the order of about 530, 40, 50 pound-feet of torque. Somewhere around there.
I think Rabbit Transit was wondering if you're taking the Dart or the Roadrunner to no name.
No, I can't. I'm not racing my own stuff, but there's just too much going on. And Dallas is kind of the same opinion. It's just, would we like to? Yeah, but I'm more committed to that event. But I got lots to do, and the old house has certainly been everything I can do. So it's just slow going. I got sheet metal for the car from Hoosier Garage. He sent me some pieces of sheet metal I need to patch a little rust.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm working on now on the Buck. I'm going to try to fix them quarters up.
Yeah, but it's been fun being able to work with some different people on it. Oh, Hoosier sent me the taillight bezels. I have them right here. So
B&R's in the house.
Just kind of fun. Hired gun to run it? No. No, I haven't
I
thought
think
about it.
Finished Project's looking for a job.
It should be easy to drive. It should be really easy to drive. I mean, the front end is really nice and straight. Trans brake shouldn't be too much of a handful to drive.
So Rob says at some point, John, everyone at the No Name Nationals Committee is going to show up at your house and get that car together.
Yeah. Well, we got more coming.
There's B&R's link.
Oh no, B&R's at 484.
Was 485. Yeah, they've been taken away from me too. I get 7, 8, 9, and they'll take 2, 3. I'll get 1 or 2 back, and then I don't know what's going on with the YouTube lately. I tell you one thing though, I left a whole bunch of comments unanswered for a couple days. So I went in there and answered them all, right? And I just gave them a heart and a reply, and I lost some subscribers because of that. I think it's because of that. I'm not sure. But it seems like every time I do that, I lose subscribers. I don't know why. Maybe it's me, but I know if I answer them as they come in, it just none of that stuff happens.
It all comes around.
Yeah, it does. It comes back. Rob's
So B&R, are you going to bring your 1970 Trans Am? If you get your subscribers and want to come to the No Name Nationals and get your application accepted and all, are you bringing your 1970 Trans Am? So I think I read a comment of yours that said you're planning to.
He gained 2 plus 2 today.
All right. He says yes.
He says yes.
All right.
Cool. Just bring it anyway.
Well, you got to get your subs, though.
Well, you don't need your subs. You could just show up. You just can't race.
Yeah. Not unloading off the trailer without them. Ask Dizzy Izzy and Mopar's Mustangs and minivans if you get a pass for being close enough.
Oh, he has a Chuck pulling the 70 Trans Am.
There are 45 guys that I would never dishonor by giving someone a pass on that. And one of them's on the live with me.
Since the chat's listening, the wife had to toss that charger in the bathtub and put it out. She's fine. Nothing was hurt, but she says she's never buying an EV now.
I'm telling you, those things, yeah.
Yeah. I've been saying that ever since I saw somebody drive a nail through an iPhone.
You can shoot
Man,
an
is that
iPhone,
violent?
though. It won't do it.
No, but if you just drive a nail in there and short that battery out, boy, it's violent.
I can tell you, you shoot a hole through a cell phone, it is clean like a hole punch.
Really?
Yep. Done it.
Yep, keep the faith. Well,
Yeah.
I was just giving you a thumbs up.
That's what you got to do.
Okay, he says it won't be the fastest, but not the slowest, John. Goal is race
That's-
nonstop, 100% reliable.
Well, that's not difficult because we have stuff that a tractor would pass on that track, and then we're probably going to have stuff running in the fours too. So
Yeah.
that's being in
There
the
was
middle of that is pretty.
Yeah, there was a complete variety.
Yeah.
And nobody was afraid to race anybody else, whether they were quick, slow, fast, medium, whatever. Just went out there and had fun.
Everybody had a great attitude. That's what made them work.
Yep.
Nobody cared about whether the car was in primer or had a nice paint job. Nobody cared if the person had 500 subs or 20,000. None of that mattered. Once you're there, you're there.
Right. Look at just Junk Car Willie. What do you go 9 or 10 times on a
man.
truck? He didn't care if he was racing Redbeard or if he was racing a mini bike. But he didn't race a mini bike, but that wasn't allowed. But he didn't care who it was. He was going out there.
Junk Car Willie he's at 6,590 subs now.
Yeah. Yep. He's been climbing a lot.
Yep. Street Fox 347's at over 11,000.
Wow.
But see, thing is though, these people that are the warriors making the shorts, that's what's going to make us have to raise it. But the thing is making all these shorts of other people doing stuff. It's original content, and that's fine. But it doesn't tell anybody about you or your channel or your projects. So we're going to have to see what the subscriber situation is going to be, because it's just blasting out shorts for subs is not really what we need to see people doing. We need to see people put themselves on camera, their projects on camera, give up some anonymity, gain some accountability, engage with the community, all of that stuff.
Them shorts are fine, but it's still, when they get back to your channel, there's nothing to watch but shorts.
Well, but I mean, the thing is if you have a whole bunch of shorts that you could see on a bunch of different channels and not even know who shot them except for the name at the bottom, that's not really telling you anything about the person's channel. That just kind of defeats the purpose.
Because
yes, in project accountability. Trolls don't put their face on camera and all that stuff. They won't do it. They won't give their real name. They won't show what they're working on and open themselves up to criticism. So trolls don't want any of that. They would rather use just, these dodgy little names and comment on other channels and stuff, but they won't show you what they're working on. They won't risk their egos. You don't get their real identity. We're kind of hoping that, having a subscriber requirement and a channel that's at least established a little bit keeps those people out. We want to see people who engage with the community and that kind of thing. Now, you like to do the mask and all of that stuff and hide, and I get it. That's part of your gimmick. But Unfinished Project, I know exactly where you live. Be glad I can't program something. No. But the point is having a channel, it causes people to, for example, people behave differently in traffic than they do waiting in a line for service, right? Because waiting in a line for service, they're face to face with each other. They're more polite than they are in traffic, where they might cut each other off. And in traffic, people are generally more polite than they are on, say, the internet, where there's no repercussions for bad behavior. So by having to have a channel and at least established and some community engagement, and what people are working on and that kind of thing, goes a long way towards weeding out the people of character, of lack of character that we wouldn't want at the event. Now, it's not foolproof. It's nowhere near foolproof, but it helps. I'm convinced that was part of what helped us have such a great climate and neighborhood of participants in Sykeston.
Well, no, Barrows is saying, and the whole shorts thing is less than it was 2 months ago. Now YouTube is pushing playlists like they were pushing shorts. It still work, but not like it was.
Yeah, but it's
I don't know.
But the thing is hopefully subs are going to equal a 30,000. What do you mean by that? No. What do you mean the only thing I have against subs that's going to wind up being like a race car or NHRA? No, it's not at all. Because we saw people that get 500 subs that did it with no more investment than their phone and a little bit of determination. They didn't invest anything in anything else. You can build a 10, 20,000 subscriber channel with nothing more than your phone and just going out and hitting the street.
But what the Lars calls them sharts. Hashtag sharts.
Well, I mean, it's just, but subs aren't the most accurate thing. I mean, what would really be great would be to have a formula, but anything you do, people are going to game. The reason that 500 subs worked so well the first year is because once we announced it, people had to go for it. They had 9 months to do it.
Yeah.
Well, by the end of the time, you know, before we got to the event, people were already gaming it. So that's just what we want to avoid. And there's nothing you can do about that. But
no. If you balance all of it, you will not only get the subs you need, but you'll qualify for monetization as well.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening to me. I'm only at like 1,900 hours or something, so I still have a whole lot of work to get monetized, and I get 2,800 subscribers.
Well,
So
First Responder Garage went after it. I mean, he made a good channel, engaged the community, and all that stuff. That's really all we really were looking for was that. But there's all these alternative ways to get subscribers. But the thing with subscribers, the only reason that it makes an ideal way to track it is because subscribers is on everybody's public page. It's the easiest way to track unambiguously. Anybody can see it. You know, that's why I like it. Yeah. If there were other metrics available on the public page, I might use something different.
hey, Big Block. So Rob
Anyway.
got in a subscriber there.
We'll figure it out. We're gonna have to figure it out. I mean, whatever
Yeah,
we do, some people like it and some people won't. But at the end of the day, we just want to see. We just want to see as many people engage the community and share their content and have good community building.
3,176.
No BNR, you saw one person complain, and really, you know what? We had cars running low fives on that track. Okay, there were a lot more people there with track tires than we thought would be. A lot more. In fact, I wouldn't be at all surprised if the majority there had either slicks or had drag radials.
Hey, Big Block broke the 900 mark today.
All right, man.
Cool.
So unfinished prices, my game, my rule. Well, yeah, but not really. All I care about is trying to make sure that it does the best for the community. It's not anything. It's nothing I'm doing for me. I'm just trying to come out with what suits the community the best, so that all of you guys have the best possible time there. Because when you have a lot of people participating that have absolutely nothing invested, they don't have any stake in how they treat the community. And I don't want anybody doing that to you guys. And what we saw is that most people really threw in, got with the program, and when they had to earn their way in, it was very attainable, but when they had to earn their way in, they were all thrilled to be there for each other. What other event do you have the racers want to be there for each other? Most events, the racers want to be there to win. This event, the racers want to be there for each other. That's the whole thing is that end goal of what we're trying to get people why they want to be there.
Yeah, I said that a while ago. I says, you guys came up with a great event last year. I said, I just have to put my trust into you guys to do it again.
Well, I can tell you
did
this.
It last year, then you can do it again this year.
I mean, you know what? Everybody gets things wrong, from time to time. But any changes are going to be purely for the benefit of trying to first keep what we had, and second, allow for improvement without changing and messing things up. If that makes sense. Like I think we can open tech on Thursday now that we see how many people show up early without hurting what we had. But if we raced on Thursday, that would hurt what we had. that is to me is a change that comes with other unintended consequences. So every single thing, believe me, I weigh that out to the point of staying awake at night thinking about it. But that's what we want to do. So any little changes are absolutely for the good of the event. And here's the good news. If you're just like a good community player and you play well with others and you get along with other people and you just make videos and do your thing, you don't have anything to worry about any of it. I mean, yes, first responder, absolutely. You got it. I'm trying to make it work as well as we can. So we want to fine tune. We think the first draft worked real well. We just want to fine tune it. And it looks like everybody is trying to do a little better, bring a little more. I know Big Block 402 will. Colleen will. Everybody will. Buck will.
Yep.
Yeah, tech on
Sure.
Thursday is a good thing for sure. But see, there are some people that think you should have the track hop from the second you get there to the second you leave. But I'm telling you, that will take away from other parts of the event. That's what you wouldn't want. Because remember, this is not a race first. This is a YouTube homecoming for content creators. That's what this is. We just all really like cars and racing and burnouts and tearing stuff up. I expect good things from Unfinished Project. I think he's gonna show up and surprise us all. That's what I think.
Leighton's got his 440.
Sounds good. I predict Leighton will be doing a little happy dance live here before long.
Yeah. He said he only spun a rod bearing in that, so he might be able to just have to put a rod in there and.
Well, it doesn't. What happened in here doesn't look all that happy.
No. Colleen's got a surprise coming.
I'd like to see Colleen get her channel the subscribers and see both Colleen and MM&M under each on their own channels and race each other. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, she could race her smart car.
How about her Charger?
Well, she has a Charger.
Yeah, look at the thumbnail.
Oh, I can barely. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah,
Put it on the screen and look at it. Make it twice as big to look at. Here you go.
yeah. Yellow. That's great, Travis. Thank you. There's Colleen's channel. Pro Street International Tractor. That's my bet. Unfinished Project. They are import tire, cheap, $150 each.
There's Colleen's Charger.
Oh, there we go. That's 73. So,
What is that,
70.
Colleen? 71 or 2? Looks like it's got the shallower grill.
yeah, it has a centerpiece in it too. I forget what.
I think it's a 71 or 2.
Okay.
But she can tell us.
Oh, here's Travis.
What's
Hello,
up?
Travis.
Yeah, Leighton was already doing the happy dance when we got loaded up on the trailer and he was getting ready to leave.
I bet.
But it is cold tonight. Boy, it's cold tonight.
See, it's a 71 RT. The
440
440.
slapstick. Yeah.
Well,
Nice.
You should get your subs together. Do a little content on it.
Yeah.
I get all kinds of content out of that.
I'm telling you.
So that's where Damien gets the procrastination from.
Unfinished Project has a VW Beetle hood over his 413. Well, that's cool. I love Volkswagen Beetles.
I still want to build a Baja Bug just to have it.
Yeah.
Won't be excited when he starts having to use a Sawzall. And that's all I'm going to say.
You know what would be interesting, and I don't know if I could do this effectively or would even want to do it. It'd be interesting to get an average time that everybody ran at No Name Nationals, and then get an average time that everybody runs next year, just to figure what the community average is and how much quicker everybody got as a group.
Well, I'll get 100% quicker.
Yeah, right. But like for people that ran I don't know, let's say they ran a 9:10 in 2022 and they ran an 8:60. Okay, that's a half second. But wonder what the community average would come out to. And some people will slow down, so that factors in there too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, Colleen, you were the force behind the success. Yes, you are.
Be the force behind the success for your channel.
That's right. Turn the page.
M needs to get in the trenches and do some channel warfare.
See, that would be an interesting thing. Yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. They can go back and forth. See both sides of it.
Get your subs and call him out and beat him, and then watch what he does for next year.
Well, guys, my food just got set down, so I'm going to get back in the chat because I'm not going to sit here on the live and eat. So
Okay.
I jump back in the chat.
I think we'll be here for another hour.
Lars doesn't want me to put monkey bike in that average.
That'll bring the average down, won't it?
Yeah, but I just see everybody just has so much more they want to do. And when I say more, it doesn't mean that, more is not necessarily better. More is not necessarily faster. But everybody they want to further their projects. Whether it's make them faster, make them look better, make them get better gas mileage, build something else. They want to get further down their road of projects. So that's what people want to do. And I think it's cool. Just Mopar Joe. Yep. Joe's a good dude. Good friend.
I got to push his car anyway. He was in the tech line and he was starting to push it himself, and I was walking by. I said, "Hang on."
Yeah, I knew Joe was going to be spraying that thing on Saturday for months ahead of time, and I used to tease him about it. I was never going to spill the beans, but I'd tease him about it. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna put the good tune up in it for Saturday. He's gonna take out a half pound of tire pressure and a couple carb jets or something. Colleen Tebow, you're a team. Yeah, you're a team, but you also have your own channels. Why not have 2 qualified channels? How cool is that?
Yeah. Well, I wonder how many
You could do it.
how many subs does Colleen have? Let me check.
I don't know who's more shy about the camera, Colleen or Unfinished Project. I'm going to give it to Unfinished Project, but
She has 37 subs.
not much.
And Scarlett said he only had 12. I thought he had more than that.
I think we're going to have a fun class
13
of
subscribers.
Again, the number isn't necessarily a thing, but whatever the new equivalent of the No Name 500 is going to be a fun class.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that reaching the 500 really made me work harder and do more.
It did. You didn't let off the gas pedal at all.
It gave me a kick in the butt to keep going because I wanted to go.
Well,
I was going whether I got the 500 or not, but I was still going to try to get.
You had an audience. See, once you get to 500, you have enough of a sustaining audience that you have a lot more people appreciating your work, and they keep coming back and they tell their friends, and you get more for your efforts once you get a certain baseline of channel established. Colleen, just all you gotta do is just do it. All you gotta do is just do it.
Jump on a live a couple times.
Yeah,
just come in and say hi and bye.
Come jump on this live.
Yeah.
Come jump on this live. Hey, if you jump on this live, you'll definitely be the prettiest person on it. And you can just hang out and do whatever. And you can jump on and jump off whenever you want. It's not even a thing, right?
Right. You don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
We'll ask you questions.
Or you can just like take off and make it about whatever you want. No, I wouldn't care. It's up to Buck's channel.
Right.
But I like and trust Buck. If I was going to have somebody like run a live on my channel or something, I would trust Buck to do that. There are not many people I would, though, for various reasons.
Well, thank you, John. Because I was just talking. Who was I talking to about not being shy or on the lives anymore? Because I've got a bunch in now, but like even when I was down at the Nelson's garage, and then those two were working, I went over and took over the live for them. I was answering questions.
Colleen can jump on here, or I'll look and see if I can find a picture of Colleen from No Name Nationals, and we can just leave that up on the screen.
There you go.
What would you rather do? I don't know if I have one. I didn't hardly take.
Hi, Joe Royal.
What do I?
Joe, I'm sure I asked you before, but what part of the country are you in? I don't remember. There's Joe Royal's link.
Very shy on live. You are a first responder? I wouldn't think so.
Very shy on live. So was I. I was very nervous that first time. I think I jumped on about 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday or something.
I need to take some of my just goofy pictures that I have of different things, like Dallas. We were driving fence posts. I could take just videos of things like
all right,
guys that live in sand. That's sand for our barricades.
Okay, Joe. Midwest Indiana.
I've got the flag hammer backing off the trailer. This is all just original stuff that I shot whenever I had a minute to do it.
Yeah, that was early, wasn't it? Look at the whole pit, the whole pits were empty.
That was either Wednesday or Thursday morning. But I got all kind of different stuff like that. Holy Goat over at Lambert's.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Travis, as soon as I can find it. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's just Travis playing guitar or something like that. Hey, Travis, why don't you do this? Come on the live on your other channel, and then I can just go to it and put the link up.
I am trying to find, I wonder if I got a picture of Colleen here somewhere. I don't think I do. I don't have many pictures.
Look who it is. It's Brother Smacky.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Garage.
I'm always in the garage.
You live out there?
Yes. How's your area of Pennsylvania? Nice and cool?
It was actually in the 60s today.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's been in the mid-70s here, but it's supposed to cool down.
Yeah, it's 56 right now.
unfinished project. Didn't need that ear anyway. Yeah.
Buck, did you put the bike away for the year?
My bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I put that back to way before I went to No Name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't been riding motorcycle much.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about to put my car away for the winter too and start the projects.
Are you talking about the Buck or my motorcycle?
Motorcycle.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I do have my the Skylark in the garage right now. I'm starting to cut the quarter panel rust out and patch that.
Nice.
But every time I get out there, I have something else comes up and I got to go do it. So
yeah, no, another feeling.
And body, I don't like doing body work, so it takes
No.
a little bit to get out there and do it.
Yeah, my new project needs a ton of body work.
There's Travis.
There's Travis. Is me learning to play guitar. That's his new channel. I'll get the link. He's pretty good. Paste. And I'll put Travis guitar here.
Mr. Smacky, the man who's going to launch 1,000 rivets. You're going to love your new project. Yes, I started riveting today. It's going to take forever. Buck, I ended up getting a new car project, so I've been working on that for the past few weeks.
Oh, yeah? Are you filming it?
I am. It's a mid-engine LS1. She's right behind me.
Oh, look out. Wow.
Yeah, so it's a mid-engine LS1 running a Porsche transaxle. Weighs 2,300 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be fun to drive.
Is that all home built or?
It's a kit car from factory. Yeah.
So what kind of body is going on that?
It's got a fiberglass. I see Dean's asking. It's a fiberglass body. So it's it's extremely light.
Blake JB. Cooper Racing Inch. Oh, that's John Cope. And there's Travis's guitar.
I'll have to check that out. That's
his link, yeah. I know I subscribed to it, but that was the easiest way to go about it. Hey, Buff wants that car, Smacky. I don't think money's an issue there. He just wants it.
You just want it? Yeah. Well, it has brakes today, so if you roll it down my hill, you can stop it before you load it on a trailer.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like you're having fun with it.
Oh yeah, it's today was brakes, exhaust, and clutch fluid.
So what'd you get it in a bunch of boxes?
Yeah, it was actually a friend's project who had it for the past 10, 12 years, and he didn't do anything with it. It's been sitting in his garage forever. So I told him, hey, bring it over and we'll build it here. So
okay.
He loaded up on a trailer and brought it here.
Cool. So you guys working on it together, or did you end up just buying it and keeping it?
We're working on it together some. He lives out in California. So the car's out here in Massachusetts. So he said if I finish it, we'll figure something out at the end. Maybe I get half of it and we split it or something like that.
I got you.
Yeah. I enjoy more working on cars than I do and I'm just staring at them.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about loading stuff up with no brakes and rolling it down a hill. Yep. I love this clip. I'll show it. A lot of you may have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
After he looks at his feet for a while, I think he shows the damage. Yeah, the ramps just dug into the bed.
Yeah,
It was a reaction.
that's gonna be expensive.
I think my favorite loading fail is the guy with the Chevrolet truck. Didn't
First
realize why you need to put a truck in 4-wheel drive or scotch it before you load.
First responder to get it up the hill, so the trailer wouldn't actually fit up the hill where I live. So it's in the YouTube video, but we actually had to go out to Harbor Freight, get some tow straps, tow it from the back of my truck up the hill with no brakes, and get it into the garage. It was scary. I was worried it was going to fall apart or fall down. I found a lot of the suspension components weren't actually connected. So like all the A-arms and everything, bolts weren't bolted in.
There's Phillips run, drip, and bubble link.
This is probably my favorite loading fail on YouTube. So we're going to put that Chevy on a garden trailer with no brakes. With all those tires.
It lifted the back wheels off the other truck.
That's probably my two favorite loading fails on YouTube. I know it's kind of schadenfreude of theater, but I do kind of enjoy watching those.
Yeah.
There's a guy who has an entire channel made out of boat ramp fails. It's what he does for a living. He goes to the boat ramp and films stuff for YouTube.
Broncos Guru or Miami Boat Ramps. One of those.
I think the Miami Boat Ramps, that might be his channel.
I watch it. It's good.
100,000 subscribers just getting boat ramp fails. It's great.
Yep.
He gets everything from alligators to fights to people submerging their trucks. What a great way to make a living.
I know.
So apparently that stuff happens like every day or every other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's in Florida, so you already know. There's the first clue, and then it's the boat ramp. So it's just got everything you need.
Dean said that didn't work too good.
No.
Oh, I missed that. I missed Buff's comment there. He said, correct. Money is no object because I have none. I bet you that little car would make that Pontiac go fast. That drivetrain in that little car you got there would make that Pontiac go fast.
Probably would.
Might weigh twice as much. No, I don't think that car weighed a whole lot either. There's Jed's.
Yeah, we know the Jed's hurting for subs.
And then here's first responder. It says here, hold my beer. so apparently he has he's in the same boat. Get it? Boat. Oh, look at this boat. Bust out another 1,000.
Yeah. There's Jed.
Yeah.
With what's left of the output shaft from Jezebel.
So Buff says my Pontiac would go fast if I ever finished it. It'll do a burnout.
Buff, did you decide what you're going to do with it? Are you doing a drag car or a burnout car? Or?
Yes, Turbo Tom, I have it set up to redirect the barrows. I don't think he's starting until 9 o'clock Eastern. I'll check. I don't know if I can. I don't know. We'll see. Live. What's this one? Customization. Oh no, he's on now. Barrows is on now. Yep. He changes his mind daily there, Smacky.
Yeah. I have
So
that problem too.
No, I'm being facetious. First responder. Jet's got 20-some thousand.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. He changed the name of his. Travis learns to play guitar. That's better, Travis. So I guess that's why Turbo Tom was asking. I have a notification on. I didn't get it though. I don't think anybody would be redirected until I end anyway. We switching over, Buck, to Barrows? Yeah, soon.
Let him get warmed up over there, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think. Oh, yeah, he just started.
He's got a live going on at the same time. Did you hit it yet? Yeah. Yeah.
Bucks didn't redirect. Oh, they're those guys are already over there.
Now let's see who else we got here. We got Alan.
So you all want to go over to Barrows? What's everybody think?
I'm just watching to see what happens on the browser over here. It hasn't changed.
Well, no, it won't. It won't do anything until I end my live, and then you'll get redirected. You'll get redirected right to his live. So as soon as you leave the studio, just leave your thing going. Next thing you know, you'll be right in at Barrows.
I'm just kind of watching.
No, we were good. Mostly old parts and rust. Blown budget garage.
Blown budget garage.
I don't know who that is.
Randall's back in hibernation, as far as I know.
Phillips is doing a live stream on Sunday at 6 talking about winter projects. Oh, Unfinished don't have a wrench over there. He likes having a wrench. We switched. Mopar Den, I missed him. Puff is doing some rope learning. Project is evolving. See you guys over at Barrows and Jeff's at 9. If y'all are heading out, I'll see you later. Yeah, Joe, I was just wondering what state you were in there because sometimes I get traveling around. I saw you'd like to meet some people on these channels, and hell, I'd stop by and say hi if I was close by. Midwest Indiana, though, I don't know. I have to look and see where that's at. I don't see me getting there soon. No wrench, no watch.
I like that.
There's Cement Surfers link. Yeah, I thought, Barrows started a little early, I think, because Jeff started early. Yes, Joe, it is fun. I've met a bunch of people so far. Well, at the No Name Nationals, I met even more, but even before that, I got to meet. I met John, and then I met the Englishes. Sean, the Fat Tire guy, I met him. Mopar Den and LB Bruins. Met all them guys over at Chrysler Nationals. And then I met Street Fox, the Nelsons. Don's on a mission from God. People that live in this sticks say I live in the sticks. Yeah.
Is Smacky a shop? No, this is my house garage.
Yeah. Yeah. He just loves playing with cars.
Yeah. If I'm not working, I'm working on cars.
Yeah, even if they come in boxes.
Yeah. Boxes, pieces.
Well, that's how my Buick came. It was all in boxes and pieces.
Yeah, nice.
And I just threw it together to drive it, and now I'll just keep working on it.
Was that car is blue, right?
Yeah.
I remember watching the video when you brought it home on the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah. That one, I don't know what color blue that they painted it, but it's like a baby blue underneath, and that's the original color.
Yeah.
Henry's Hot Rod Garage. LB Bruins link.
And depending on the date of the No Name Nationals, I'll be heading out that way. So I'm excited to see what we come up with for the date.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to make it this year?
Yep. My wife's going to let me buy a car trailer so I can finally load it up and pull across the country, halfway across the country.
Well, I rented one, so.
Oh, nice.
What are you hoping it coincides with, just curiously? I mean, date-wise.
We have a lot of family stuff going on this year. So I don't have the dates for that yet. So I'm just trying to figure out how that lines up.
We will probably have a date announcement as early as December 9th and as late as December 31st.
Perfect.
The month of December, there's going to be a date announcement.
Awesome.
Yeah, which that'll work pretty good for me because, see, my vacation at work, I'm in a union shop, so it has to go by seniority. So what they have is they have a pool that you go into, and then if you get that vacation in the pool due to your seniority, you got it. And then once the pool is closed, it's all up for grabs. And that closes like the middle of January. So that might work out for me pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
Unfinished Project says he has info on NNN 23. Well, I'll give you a hint. It's either going to be in one of the first 8 months of the year or a month that ends in R.
That could be anywhere.
Now, the ones that end in R is September, October, November, December. And all the other 8 is the first 8.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say it will be a tremendous amount of help, but I just said it would be.
I got it. There's Wild Road Garage link, Mexican Specs link. I thought Mexican Spec had a lot of subscribers. He doesn't have that many. There's Jerry Racing.
I was watching a live stream. All this news about Scientology, where there's lawsuits going on and all that stuff. It's in the news, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of that going around right now because of the Danny Masterson case and all this stuff. Well, anyway, I saw a news feed thing for a live about it on my YouTube feed. I just clicked on it. It's just something completely random, right? And it's just about this Scientology trial. I click on it. There's a whole bunch of people, and there's a huge feed. The comments are flying by. And I made a comment about something, and sure enough, Mexican Specs in there and sees me. What are the odds of that?
Yeah. It's okay. We can bribe the union guys with chocolate. Yeah. Hey, there's Outfits Garage link.
Yep.
He's still hard at it.
he posted on his community page a time slip and says he's going to improve on that time slip next year. He ran low nines. He's going to get it.
So he ran low nines, spinning all the way. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Dancing alone rentals. Hey, there's my buddy Arrowhead. Hello, Arrowhead. There's Arrowhead's link. Here's I don't know whose link that is. My car.
My car shop.
Okay.
I think it just has an apostrophe, and that's the way the code spits it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's he say? He's such a cool guy. You know, both Mexican and me were aliens.
Yeah.
Don't tell everyone.
Mexican Spec is a cool guy. He's helped me try to source parts before. Nice guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on my live a bunch of times, and then for some odd reason, I thought he had a pile of subscribers, but he doesn't. Because I see him on
in the chat. He's never been like on screen, has he?
No, he hasn't been on screen. No,
I've never seen him on screen.
But he's on Insta. I see him on Instagram a lot. There's Jason's garage.
Mm-hmm.
I might come home that way when I go down to Tennessee. Might do a circle. I don't know yet. Have to see
I kind of did that coming back from Sykeston. I went through Louisville, Kentucky, and went through Illinois and Indiana and that way. And I stopped and dropped something off for Hoosier Garage. So that was different.
Did Hoosier Garage, didn't he have the orange Dodge van?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was behind me when I was leaving that Saturday.
Yeah. Cool guy. Nice guy.
Yeah.
But I needed to drop something off for him. But it was a real nice little town in southern Indiana, about as far south in Indiana as you can possibly get.
Yeah, because somewhere around Paducah, he turned left, and I went straight because he was behind me the whole way. From Sykeston, well, not Sykeston, but I think I stopped for fuel, and then once I got back on the highway, he had caught up with me.
Yeah, Unfinished Project Mexican Spec tried to broker some parts for me. Not his parts, but some stuff he tried to broker for me that belonged to someone else. I couldn't make a deal, with that, but it wasn't him and his parts. He tried. Mexican Spec, I would deal with him. Yeah.
I often see him talking about taillight lenses and turn signal lenses.
Right. I don't know what his angle is with that, but that's interesting.
The aluminum exhaust manifolds on the Poncho. Well, usually you have troubles with headers, not manifolds.
I don't know. I've had some manifolds warp pretty good. Thing is, you can mill it flat. That'll fix it in the short run. But I mean, if you had more material that warped and you took material off of it to restore the warp,
it's going to warp again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like a brake rotor. It just doesn't warp on the surface.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're taking heat sink away.
There's Rich 220. Hi, Rich. There's his link. Oh, he broke a damn stud off in the head.
That always sucks.
Is an easy outer going to work, or do you have to weld a nut on it?
Welding a nut, I like better because an easy out spreads it against the threads.
Yeah.
So an easy out's kind of a last resort to me. One thing I like for getting those out, last one I had break off in the head, what I did was I took a left-hand thread drill bit. Good sharp left-hand thread bit.
Yeah.
Spun that thing in there.
Yep. Yeah, that will work.
That does
sometimes, or most of the time that'll work. But if it's stuck in there, boy, especially if he bottomed it out. If he bottomed it out, then he's in trouble.
Yeah.
If you have a left-hand thread bit, that works really good, especially in aluminum.
But I'm wondering if the Pontiacs are on an angle or are they straight off the head? I don't remember.
So if they're straight, you can just pull the head off and you get all that extra material.
So it is flush. It's going to weld it, but maybe a reverse bit.
You're not out of much if you do the reverse bit, as long as you keep it straight. That's the biggie. You want to get it really nice and true.
If those GM cars didn't travel at warp speed, it wouldn't be a problem. I think Dean likes GM cars.
I got my first Chevy engine. This is the first Chevy engine I've ever touched. Looks simple enough.
Yeah.
And you have an LS engine too, right?
It is an LS engine, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar. I only ever did head gaskets on one of them once, and it was real easy.
Yeah, the only thing that's unique about this is the intake manifold's been swapped. So it's, instead of having it normally, it's backwards.
All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So it fits, but everything should be stock LS, which I need it to if I'm going to register to my state.
What state are you in again?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay, I can't remember where.
What was that? Yeah,
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Yeah, we have hard inspections on vehicles.
Yes, I'll say.
Yeah. In order to get this registered and titled, I need to finish the car. I need to drive it to Mass State Police. They need to inspect it and look at every single receipt for all the parts on the car. And they need to check the VIN on it. And then they need to decide if it's good enough to be registered in the state. Then I need to meet the emissions of the year it's titled of. So that's still up in the year. So yeah, it's a.
What year would it be titled?
We are going for a 67. Yes, we're gonna. A lot of people who build them title them as Ford GT40 kit cars. So we might try to do the same. Which means I don't need to run the Corvette ECU anymore, which would be nice.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I went with an antique tag, because I didn't have to go through all that other stuff.
Yeah, I have that on my
not like you do, but I mean, if I would have put a regular tag on, I would have had to get it inspected, and in order to get it inspected, I would have had to fix the quarters.
Yeah,
you know, and the windshield.
Yeah.
What do we need quarter panels for? Just asking. I mean, really.
Yeah, I know. But
what do they do for you?
Keeps the fumes out.
They do?
Well, my car without the tailpipe on it, man, the fumes were coming right in. It was pretty bad. Yep. Yeah. But once I put the exhaust on and the tailpipe, it cut it down to just about nothing. And I even stuffed some old pants and rags and stuff down in the quarter panels to try to block the holes. It still came in.
For the antique inspection in Pennsylvania, do they do the same thing they do in Mass, where they take your car in, they jack it up, they take a look at the suspension,
Nothing. They used to have to send pictures and stuff in, but they stopped all that.
Yeah, Massachusetts still does.
All I had to do was get the title in my name and then take the title in and apply for an antique title, right?
Yep.
And then as I applied for an antique title, I got an antique plate, and that just went in. It took months to do it.
Yeah.
But they sent me the tag back with the title.
Okay.
And I'm good. Now they say I never read all the rules, but I think a certain year car. I think it has to do with the taillights and headlights. You can't drive after dusk or before dawn. Yeah. If it has antique tags, you're not allowed to drive it.
Stupid.
Not a mass weekend.
You can't.
We have a certain amount of miles that we can drive per year. We are only supposed to be driving it when we are testing the car, going to a parade, or going to a show. The only 3 scenarios.
Well, so
And I always keep my tools in the back seat, so I'm always testing something on it.
that's crazy.
It is, yeah.
But that's what happens when you get these bureaucrats that don't understand. Bureaucrats, politicians, they don't understand anything about our hobby, but they make all the rules for it.
Yep. BZ Ellison, might apply so I can get OBD2. Yeah, I'm signing up as an OBD2. What's the IM test? And if the engine comes from a VIN titled vehicle, the engine does come from a VIN titled vehicle, which we have the salvage title for.
Right. The IM is inspection emissions or inspection, something like that. I know they call it the IM here.
Yeah,
like with our inspection sticker has an IM on it. I forget what the IM stands for.
So for us, I think what's going to happen is we have to go to the Mass State Police. Then we have to go get it inspected at an inspection station. We need to fail at the inspection station. And then we need to take it to some place called the MAC, which is an emissions testing place where they go over the car. And then they say, okay, you are now allowed to fail and continue. And then we have to take it back to the inspection station to get it inspected again. So it's a kit cars in Massachusetts are not fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be living in New Hampshire by the time this is done.
Well, what's the one where Vermont? Isn't it Vermont where they just give you a title?
Yeah, Vermont will. If it's the car has to be, I think, older than 15 years old. I have to look at what the year, or look at that and compare it to the year this was made.
Well, gentlemen, I had fun being on here, but I do need to bolt.
Cool. Nice seeing you, John.
All right, John. Yeah, we're gonna end it soon here anyway, and head over to Barrows.
Well, I'll see you guys. It's always fun. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Have a great night. See ya. And then there was 2. Well, we still got 11 people in the chat.
Yeah, we
Is
do.
everybody ready to go over to Barrows? My luck, foot of plywood left and ran out of battery. Oh. There's Tim's still here. Have a good one, John. My 71 is now an antique. I'm not going to make it my daily, so no antique plates here.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah, I thought about it. Good. Already been over there and came back. Oh, okay. How's it going over there, Tim? All right.
I think we're just more interesting, Buck.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Well, that's what they say about me anyway. Boy, Buck, you're an interesting character. This just once he say just like it is in LA and California, since the OEM was certified, you can too.
Yeah.
It's going, he says. It's going. Well, maybe we ought to go over there and liven it up. What do you think, Tim? I need to get up and walk around, go to the bathroom. It's already 2 hours and 29 minutes. I just want to keep this live spot going again. So once the No Name Nationals starts up again, and we can start helping channels out.
Yeah, you definitely should. I'm usually watching in the chat, so I have a TV in the garage where I set it up and just kind of leave the chat on and kind of watch you guys talk through it.
Cool. Yeah, I do the same thing. Matter of fact, when I'm on my way home from work, I just play it on the radio in the car and
Yeah.
listen. You know?
Yep.
A lot of times everybody's ship us off, Buck. All right, we're going.
All right.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Smacky. I'll be back again next week.
Cool.
And
I'll see you
then
next week.
I might do a live Thanksgiving Day on my trip. I'm going back to Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
So I may do another one of those lives again.
Cool.
We'll see. You'll get a notification.
I will.
And he's working on his setup. And Dean says, in my town, they say, "Hey, you ain't from here, are you, boy?" All right, we're gonna ship everybody off to the barrels. Thanks again, Smacky, for stopping by. We'll be back next week, same Buck channel and same Buck time. All right. Thank you all for coming. I want to thank all the moderators for helping out tonight. And Unfinished Project, he does a wonderful job of putting everybody's links up. He does really good. He's really quick too. So I want to thank Unfinished Project. And who else we got? We got Tim Windsor, Dean Stevenson, Barrows, and let me see if I can come up with a couple other names. Buff. And who else? Okay. So let's end it here. We'll be back to same Buck channel, same Buck time next week, next Saturday, and we'll do this all over again. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. End broadcast. End broadcast.